So it's Monday again. It's me a fairly quick little thing, just a couple little updates. I talked last week a little bit about scheduling and sticking to a schedule. In fact, that's been a big part of everything I've been talking about. And so today, really, I'm going to take some time to go over some scheduling things that I didn't really think of before, or that I've kind of noticed in the last couple of days, or that have come up in conversations with people. Um, so the one thing, and I can show you again. I can show you on my iPad. Is you can see my sample for this week here. There, look at that. That's my schedule for this week, or at least a good chunk of it. And you'll notice that like practically every single hour is filled up with something. Um, Keeping the schedule tight is nice because it kind of keeps me honest. I know that I'm full. I know I have things to do, and it keeps me kind of going from back to back. And there's a couple things about that really kind of work for me. Having a tight schedule gives you not so much time to waste on nothing, and that seems like a little bit, but on the days when I have more of the white space with no thing scheduled, are the times that I waste a lot more of my day, um, which is fine. Obviously I'm not perfect. I can't be like doing something every single second of every day. Um, but the other side of that kind of site of that scheduling thing is I have everything planned to an hour. Um, and a lot of the stuff takes a lot less than an hour, which is really nice. Sorry, my schedule closed. It's nice to have things open for an hour, or to have things set for an hour, because a lot of things don't take that long. Like my exercise plan I have set for actually about 40 minutes every day, 45 minutes, and it usually takes me about half an hour to do, which is nice because then I can go to eat, and I wind up having like little bits of time here and there that I have to waste, but they're not so much time that I'm going to waste it doing anything that'll kind of get me entrenched. If I have 4 hours at the end of the day, I'm more likely to waste it with something big instead of like a little thing. So I'll do it like catching up on reading. Um, but the other nice thing is, I have my day off today. I had no work. I had nothing to schedule around. So my original plan was start making this video at 9 o'clock. It's currently 8:30. So I wound up pulling ahead, and I spent a lot of extra time. I shaved, which I hadn't scheduled to do, and wound up cooking a lot longer than I thought I was going to do. My head is so shiny on this thing, gee whiz. So it's nice. But the other side of that extra time is that it also allows for things that people forget about when they're scheduling. Something I used to be notorious about, and I guarantee there are people out there who make the same mistake, which is when you schedule, you don't plan the time that it takes to build up to or get away from the event that you're scheduling. Like if I'm in at 11 o'clock, I can't schedule myself to start to work at 11. I have to do 11, I have to do 10:30, give me time to shower and clean up and get there. But that's really an abstract one because I know that. But there are definitely much more solid ones. Like today I did my laundry. And when I planned for the laundry, even when I made this schedule that I have right here, when I planned for the laundry, the time I included was how long it takes me to wash and dry my laundry and how long it takes to get there. And what I failed to include in that was the time it took to take care of my laundry. I was actually getting a little ahead of myself when I got to my laundry. I did laundry and recycling and my groceries all in the same thing today. And it was supposed to be done by 5 o'clock, and I got home at about 4:45. I was like, oh, right, I have, I'm going to be an hour ahead. I can do my music, and I can do my writing, and I'll get to that in a minute. And then I realized that I just take care of the groceries. Some of the groceries I have prep work that I want to do now when I have free time instead of later, like making tuna and getting it ready to just kind of throw into sandwiches and everything. So just remember that when you're making your schedule, allow for extra time and make sure that you have as little free time as you can in between things so you don't spend it just wasting time. If you have any questions about that, feel free to contact me. And in regards to contacting, I've decided that I would like to do a Facebook group, which I'll set up sometime soon. It'll be something I work on this week. So people who followed this, if you don't get an invite, just ask me about it. If you have no way to ask me, post down here in the little YouTube nonsense, and we can go from there. So I've actually started one of my long-term projects, which is writing. That's about an hour a day. The nice thing with that was that I kind of gave it a mathematical complex. It was either an hour or a quarter of my free hours every day. Because I don't spend all the time writing. I'm supposed to do writing. Like, I get distracted to listen to music. There's a lot more to it. I play games on my iPad, like little games with friends and stuff, like, the turn-based kind of things. Because obviously, you don't always have something to write at every second. But it's nice. So I gave myself that, which is kind of like a mix of free time and something productive. And then just kind of really the last thing, I haven't got a lot of feedback this week other than positive comments for people saying about my progress. Anyone who can watch back it can notice, like, I definitely am smaller around the neck now. I've lost some weight. My exercise plan is going really, really nicely. Yeah. Well, I was talking to my mother, and she was kind of impressed by everything that I had done. Those of you who don't know me really well, my mother, like, my whole family is really, really close. Like, we have a lot of contact, like, across, like, the generations and everything, my mom's side of the family. But she was talking about how I had started doing this and how there's a lot of stuff that I've done that I've never done before. And how she thinks, like, that scheduling thing can really help. But she even said, like, there's some inspiration there for that. So it's something people have noticed, that I have started to kind of control a lot of my life and a lot of things I do. And then, again, another nice thing with scheduling, and I promise I won't talk about scheduling every single Monday. It's a big deal right now because it's really the main part of my early program here. Is by planning out what I do, I can plan out when I eat, and I can plan out what I eat. My grocery bill this week was like $45, $50, which sounds like a lot up front, but I won't eat all of it in the course of the week. Chances are something will come up that I have to eat for free. But then the other really nice thing with that is I spend $5 to $6 on fast food lunches, or $8 on some other things. Like, I wasted a lot of money on food that I could only get just for a little bit, like little tiny, like, cooked food, and that's a really expensive way to eat. And you don't notice it until you realize that the $50 you just spent will last you until past the end of this week instead of 4 days. Yeah. So again, I'm gonna make a Facebook group so people get to invites and everything. We'll use that to kind of discuss my future plans. And that's where I'll start getting ideas for major projects over the course of time. And people who want to work on some of those with me when those come out. That's really it. This is probably my shortest video yet. I have nothing really more to add. Thank you all for watching, and I will check in with you. Probably not Wednesday, because Wednesday is the artistic progress day, and I did that last week, and I don't want to just do every single week by showing you the same song that I'm messing up on over and over again. So that's it. Thank you all very much. Have a good week.